Good afternoon, everyone. So, today's discussion will focus on implementing strategies and topics about the management, operations, and human resource issues. This afternoon's reporters are yours truly, Azarcon Anduque, Pascual, Sarmiento, Alivar, and Bascogil. The learning objectives of our report are for students to be able to describe the transition from formulating to implementing strategies, discuss the reasons why annual objectives are essential for effective strategy implementation, identify and discuss the reasons why policies are essential for effective strategy implementation, explain the role of resource allocation and managing conflict in strategy implementation, discuss the need to match a firm structure with its strategy, identify, diagram, and discuss 7 different types of organizational structure, identify and discuss the do's and don'ts in constructing organizational charts, discuss the strategic production or operations issues vital for successful strategy implementation, and discuss the strategic human resource issues vital for successful strategy implementation. So let us now compare strategy formulation from strategy implementation. So strategy formulation is positioning forces before the action, while strategy implementation is managing forces during the action. Strategy formulation focuses on effectiveness, while strategy implementation focuses on efficiency. Strategy formulation is primarily an intellectual process, while strategy implementation is primarily an operational process. Strategy formulation requires good intuitive and analytical skills, while strategy implementation requires special motivation and leadership skills. Annual objectives represent the basis for allocating resources. These are primary mechanisms for evaluating managers, and these are the major instrument for monitoring progress toward achieving long-term objectives. It establishes organizational, divisional, and departmental priorities, and these are essential for keeping a strategic plan on track. So the next topic will be discussed by Ms. Janine Azarcon.
So policies refers to specific guidelines, methods, procedures, rules, forms, and administrative practices established to support and encourage work towards stated goal. So they are designed to guide the behavior of managers in relation to the pursuit and achievement of strategies and objectives. It is an instrument for strategy implementation. It set boundaries, constraints, and limits on the kinds of administrative actions that can be taken to reward and sanction behavior, so they clarify what can and cannot be done. Policies let both employees and managers know what is expected of them, thereby increasing the likelihood that strategies will be implemented successfully. They provide a basis for management control and allow coordination across organizational units and reduce the amount of time managers spend making decisions. Policies also clarify what work is to be done and by whom. They promote delegation of decision making to appropriate managerial levels where various problems usually arise. So many organizations have a policy manual that serves to guide and direct behavior. And as what I have said a while ago, policies clarify what can and cannot be done in pursuit of an organization's objectives. Okay. So all organizations have at least 4 types of resources that can be used to achieve the desired objectives. So first is your financial resources. So it covers all the financial funds of the organization. Second is your physical resources. So these are considered as tangible assets like your equipments, machineries, and your buildings. The third is your human resources. So it refers to your employees of the organization or the business. And then the last is your technological resources. So these are your intangible resources, such as your intellectual properties, software licenses, and your patents. Resource allocation is a plan for using available resources. distributing an organization's assets across products, regions, and segments according to the priorities established by annual objectives. Resource allocation is a central management activity that allows for strategy execution. Strategic management enables resources to be allocated according to priorities established by annual objectives. So, the real value of any resource allocation program lies in the resulting accomplishment of its objectives. So, the next topic about managing conflicts will be discussed by Mr. Charles Anduque.
In an organization, anything could happen anytime, and one of which is conflict. Conflict is defined as a disagreement between two or more parties on one or more issues. It is an inevitable part of someone's workplace. It may be short lived, or it may exist in months or even years. It could be about work, or it could be about personal interests. In addition, establishing annual objectives can lead to conflict in the sense that individuals have different expectations and perceptions. Schedule could also create pressure. Personalities are incompatible, and misunderstanding may occur between line managers and staff managers, or in any employee in general. So, next is managing conflicts, which includes avoidance, diffusion, and confrontation. So, first is avoidance. This includes such actions as ignoring the problems in the hopes that the conflict will resolve itself, or physically separating the conflicting individuals. This is actually one of the traditional culture. This is a Chinese society wherein keeping peace is the only solution, because they believe that it is easier to hide their anger than to address the problem directly. So ila believe that hindi na sila gusto magdugang or magatong pa sa problem so that it would not hindi na magdako. So next is diffusion. This includes playing down differences between conflicting parties while accentuating similarities and common interests. It is sort of a delaying action wherein it tries to cool down or cool off the situation and to keep the issues within its boundaries. So basically, it tries to resolve minor points while avoiding or delaying discussion of the major problem, or gina-avoid nila mag confrontation. So it is such a way, or it is a way to delay or avoid confrontation, and will typically result in a feeling of dissatisfaction kay wala pa na-solve ang problem or ang conflict, anxiety about the future, and concern about oneself. So last is confrontation, exemplified by exchanging members of conflicting parties so that each can gain an appreciation of the other's point of view, or holding a meeting at which conflicting parties are present or will present their views and work through their differences. So in short, it is an actual confrontation of conflicting issues or conflicting parties. It could be a debate wherein one wins or one side wins and the other side loses. And it usually results to anxiety, physical, or emotional damages. And the second approach would be the negation approach, wherein both parties can win with the aim of or with the aim to resolve the conflict with a compromise or with a solution that mutually satisfy all parties involved in the conflict. So next topic is matching structure with strategy. Structure largely dictate how objectives and policies will be established, and structure dictates how resources will be allotted. So it is basically a system that outlines the activities to be directed and to be allotted in order to achieve the goals or the objectives of the organization. So here are some of the symptoms of an ineffective organizational structure: too many levels of management, too many meetings attended by too many people, too large a span of control, too many unachievable objectives, losing ground to rival firms, and many more. These are just some of the symptoms. So this is why it is important for an organization to have an organizational structure, for them to have a smooth workflow, and for them to achieve their objectives in an effective and an efficient manner, since organizational structure basically it is sort of like a guide for them to achieve this goals or in this objectives. So next is Mr. Elcid Pascual to further discuss about organizational structure.
The functional structure groups tasks and activities by business function, such as production, operations, marketing, finance, accounting, research and development, and management information system. The advantages and disadvantages of functional organizational structure. Advantages: first, simple and inexpensive. Second, capitalizes on specialization of business activities such as marketing and finance. Third, minimizes need for elaborate control system. Fourth, allows for rapid decision making. Disadvantages: first, accountability forced to the top. Second, delegation of authority and responsibility not encouraged. Third, minimizes career development. Fourth, low employee manager morale. Fifth, inadequate planning for products and markets. Sixth, leads to short-term, narrow thinking. Seventh, leads to communication problems. Next, the divisional structure. Functional activities are performed both centrally and in each separate division, organized by geographic area, product or service, customer, or process. Advantages and disadvantages of divisional organizational structure. Advantages: first, clear accountability. Second, allows local control of local situations. Third, creates career development chances. Fourth, promotes delegation of authority. Fifth, leads to competitive climate internally. Sixth, allows easy adding of new products or regions. Seventh, allows strict control and attention to product, customer, or regions. The disadvantages: first, can be costly. Second, duplication of functional activities. Third, requires a skill management force. Fourth, requires an elaborate control system. Fifth, competition among division can become so intense as to be dysfunctional. Sixth, can lead to limited sharing of ideas and resources. Seventh, some regions, products, or customer may receive special treatment. The next topic will be discussed by Ms. Charmaine Grace Sarmiento.
Matrix structure. It is the most complex of all designs because it depends upon both vertical and horizontal flows of authority and communication. Each employee in a matrix unit reports to two bosses, a functional manager and a product or project manager. This means that there are dual lines of authority in the matrix organization. Despite its complexity, the matrix structure is widely used in many industries, including construction, healthcare, research, and defense. For a matrix structure to be effective, organizations need participative planning, training, clear mutual understanding of roles and responsibilities, excellent internal communication, and mutual trust and confidence. These are the advantages and disadvantages of a matrix structure. Advantages are: first, clear project objectives. Second, results of their work clearly seen by employees. Third, easy to shut down a project. Fourth, facilitates uses of special equipment, personnel, and facilities. Fifth, shared functional resources instead of duplicated resources, as in divisional structure. Disadvantages are: first, requires excellent vertical and horizontal flows of communication. Second, costly because creates more manager positions. Third, violates unity of command principle. Fourth, creates dual lines of budget authority. Fifth, creates dual sources of reward and punishment. Sixth, creates shared authority and reporting. Seventh, requires mutual trust and understanding. Restructuring involves reducing the size of the firm in terms of number of employees, number of divisions or units, and number of hierarchical levels in the firm's organizational structure. Primary benefits sought from restructuring is cost reduction. Reengineering involves reconfiguring or redesigning work, jobs, and processes for the purpose of improving cost, quality, service, and speed. Does not usually affect the organizational structure or chart, nor does it imply job loss or employee layoffs. The next reporter will be Ms. Alivar.
Next is managing resistance to change. The three commonly used strategies for implementing changes are: first, force change strategy. It involves giving orders and enforcing those orders. Second, educative change strategy. It presents information to convince people of the need for change. And third, self-interest change strategy, which attempts to convince individuals that the change is to their personal advantage. The next topic is about strategic human resource issues. The following are 7 human resource issues: linking performance and pay to strategy, balancing work life with home life, developing a diverse workforce, using caution in hiring arrivals employees, creating a strategy supportive culture, using caution in monitoring employees' social media, and developing a corporate wellness program. The first is linking performance and pay to strategies. It is a decision on salary increases, promotions, merit pay, and bonuses that need to support the long-term and annual objectives of the firm. Gain sharing and bonus systems can be used in this issue. Next is balance work and home life. Work and family strategies that represent a competitive advantage for those firms that offer such benefits as elder care assistance, flexible scheduling, job sharing, adoption benefits, on-site summer camp, employee helpline, pet care, and lawn service referrals. Next is develop a diverse workforce. We have 6 benefits of having a diverse workforce. First, women and minorities have different insights, opinions, and perspectives that should be considered. Second, a diverse workforce portrays a firm committed to non-discrimination. Third, a workforce that mirrors a customer base can help attract customers, build customer loyalty, and design or offer products or services that meet the customer needs or wants. Fourth, a diverse workforce helps protect the firm against discrimination lawsuits. Fifth, women and minorities represent a huge additional pool of qualified applicants. And last, a diverse workforce strengthens a firm's social responsibility and ethical position.
So let's move on to another human resource issue, and that is creating a strategy supportive culture. Specifically, this is all about making formal statements of organizational philosophy, charters, creeds, materials used for recruitment and selection, and socialization. Designing of physical spaces, facades, and buildings, deliberate role modeling, teaching and coaching by leaders, explicit rewards and status system, promotion criteria, stories, legends, myths, and parables about key people and events, what leaders pay attention to, measure, and control, leader reactions to critical incidents and organizational crises, how the organization is designed and structured, organizational systems and procedures, and criteria used for recruitment, selection, promotion, leveling off, retirement, and excommunication of people. So, creating a strategy supportive culture ensures that every action and decision made by the organization is anchored to their established strategy and does not rely on the top level management's intuition. Next, we have monitoring social media. Proponents of companies monitoring employees' social media activities emphasize that a company's reputation on the marketplace can easily be damaged by disgruntled employees venting on social media sites. Furthermore, social media records can be subpoenaed, like email, and used as evidence against the company. Because whether they like it or not, there is already an established public notion that the employee's behavior reflects the values that the company holds. Lastly, we have corporate wellness program. The Affordable Care Act increased the maximum incentives and penalties employers may use to encourage employee well-being. Most companies have both carrots, such as giving employee discounts on insurance premiums or even extra cash, and sticks, such as imposing surcharges on premiums for those who do not make progress towards getting healthy. The term carrots pertains to rewards and sticks pertains to the sanctions the organization has for its employees to induce cooperation.